What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So we have some good news today. Good news coming from the White House, coming from Trump, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. However, I'm going to break this up. So I'm going to talk about the real negotiation that's on the table, and then I'm going to do a separate video in a couple of hours where I talk about the Rush Limbaugh interview, because that was a little bit different, and he added some more information. President Trump was on Rush Limbaugh, and he put out some more information. So I want to separate them just so you understand. This is what I consider the good news. Rush Limbaugh, that interview, you can take that how you want to take it. Okay, so we'll have both those videos coming out today. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please hit that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out videos. We do daily videos and live streams on the weekends. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we need to start this off by going to President Trump's tweet. So he put out a tweet here, and it says, "COVID relief negotiations are moving along. Go big." All right, now, we all need to remember, just Tuesday, President Trump put out a tweet saying that we're going to stop all negotiations. And then a few hours later, he puts out another tweet saying that, oh, we need to do more piecemeal. So we need to focus on the airlines. We need to focus on PPP. We need to focus on direct payments. And then from there, and the weird thing about it is Nancy Pelosi and Stephen Mnuchin, they were negotiating this whole time. So they really haven't stopped negotiating. They've continued to negotiate. Then after Tuesday, then Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking at a situation where President Trump looked like he backed down a little bit, and he said, okay, you know what? I want a big comprehensive package. And that's what he was saying on Thursday. And now today he's saying that negotiations are continuing, go big. And so we did get information that Stephen Mnuchin, Larry Kudlow, they had a meeting with the president, and now we're looking at a $1.8 trillion offer, and that's going to be coming from Stephen Mnuchin, coming from the White House. And this proposal will be presented to Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi later on this afternoon, so we'll have to follow that. So we'll have to see where it goes when it comes down to it. 1.8 trillion, that's what they're looking at right now. And so we know Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi wanted 2.2 trillion. And now it looks like the Republicans have gone up to 1.8 trillion. Or I should say the White House has gone up to 1.8 trillion. Mitch McConnell has already indicated that he does not have the support when it comes to the Republican senators, when it comes to moving up. When we started getting into the numbers of 1.5 trillion, 1.6 trillion, he was losing a lot of senators at that time. So it will be interesting to see where they go with this. If it's 1.8 trillion, Mitch McConnell's already said that he's pretty much losing a lot of his support when it comes to the Senate Republicans. So the interesting thing is, will Mitch McConnell bring this to the floor? And I think if the White House wants it, if it's 1.8 trillion, the White House wants it, then Mitch McConnell kind of has no choice but to bring it to the floor. So we'll have to see what they do when it comes down to it. Now, will this be a bill that will be liked by the Democrats? Because that's another issue. If it's something that the Democrats don't want, or if it's something it doesn't go far enough, well, you might not get some Democrats to support it in the Senate. And you're going to need all the Democrats to support it in the Senate and some of the Republicans to support it in order for it to get done. So we'll have to see where it goes. But this is good news. 1.8 trillion. They are moving up. Now, if we're looking at the numbers, let's just look at the numbers. The HEALS Act started at $1 trillion. So it looks like the Republicans have gone up from $1 trillion to 1.8 trillion, so $800 billion. The Democrats started at $3.4 trillion, and they've come down to $2.2 trillion. We've always said, hey, why don't you just meet in the middle? $2 trillion sounds like a good number, and that's not even really in the middle, but it's close enough. I think most people would be okay with that. Most politicians would be okay with that, but we'll have to see where it goes when it comes to this. But definitely good news. I'm glad that it looks like negotiations are back on. It's been a crazy week. I mean, President Trump has been putting out all these different tweets and sending all these different mixed messages. And so, I mean, it's almost one of those situations where the president is negotiating against himself. Like, he puts out, we're going to stop all negotiations. And some people were thinking, well, he's doing that so Nancy Pelosi will come back to the table. Nancy Pelosi didn't come back to the table. Who came back to the table? He came back to the table. Said, okay, well, I was just kidding. We're going to do some piecemeal stuff. And then he backed off that and he said, okay, well, you know what we want to do a big comprehensive package. The people need this. And so now here we are, 1.8 trillion. That's what's going to be on the table. So we'll find out more later. Like I said, I'll be putting out a video. President Trump did an interview with Rush Limbaugh, and it was pretty interesting. So I want to focus on that as well. But let me know what you guys think down below. 1.8 trillion. Do you think that's good? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.